common council minutes and public hearing minutes from the last common council meeting.
What's up, everybody?
You made it. So, somebody taught me a new word. Resolution 2425-171 is a resolution for the seeker unlisted
The
action. The
seeker.
The seeker is the State Environmental Quality Review Act. This is the resolution that when we spoke to Nick Zabowski about 8 months ago about a grant that he was getting to tear down some properties. We had gotten the grant. It was 23 properties. Alderwoman Collins, sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead, Irene.
Oh.
I just thought the word was funny. So
Yeah.
if you want to talk about it at all.
I thought there was code on this.
Say what?
Want to read it? Go ahead.
Wait, is this the one where we were gonna transfer the
171.
funds?
There is a
Is it a second one in there? Okay.
There's
The second
another
one's the transfer, yeah.
No, this is fine.
Okay. Resolution 2425-172, resolution appointing chief water treatment plant operator.
Oh,
Brett.
I'm sorry. The secret, wait,
Okay, sorry.
There's another.
oh, the grant writer one is, okay.
Right.
So this is not the grant writer, okay. Seeker's good.
We good?
I'm glad you learned a new word.
Well, I couldn't pronounce it.
Mike
either.
says it a lot, but you probably had no idea that that's what he was actually saying.
We had no idea what we call it. So 172 is appointing chief water treatment plant operator Brett Sherman. It has, mayor intends to appoint Brett Sherman, chief water treatment operator, and the salary is in the middle. And I'll move that for the mayor.
Anything on that?
Does this mean we won't have Randy anymore? Or we still have Randy?
So we will have Randy for, in a reduced capacity to help the transition.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff with state and federal, websites that we have to report on
Okay.
that, he'll have to do the transition through. And then help Brett through, where everything is, due dates and stuff. But, yeah, we'll slowly phase Randy out.
So he's like a consultant.
Yeah, he's.
And
Yeah,
Brett
and-
has
and
all
he's
that certifications, the level or whatever that's
Yep.
needed.
He has all the certifications. He's been at that water plant. for
Does he
10
already work? Yeah, he already works for us?
He's
Yeah.
the current senior
Okay.
operator, so it was,
Mhm.
it made sense to promote him up and then backfill behind him.
Any more questions for Zach? Resolution 20.
So the annual salary is $77,000, and this appointment will require a budget transfer.
Next page.
No, I know, this will solve, what will they make? What will they make?
What was he making?
Previously, it was for a round number, 82.7. But when I was promoted to plant manager, some of those funds were allocated towards my salary. So this was just to clean it all up, so
Okay, no
all
problem,
the money's there.
okay.
Okay.
I just
Um,
want to know, do we need a transfer? You're making less.
Yeah, but, a certain portion of that
Oh,
budget
we're
line
paying
was to
the
cover
other
my
one.
salary.
We're still
And
paying.
then, and still Randy too, right?
Randy's coming out of the, contractual line, because he's been
Okay,
a
yeah.
So that's
consultant for 4 months now, I believe, 5 months, something like that.
Okay, so you either both, they're not gonna be in management at the same time. One's out of contractual, one's out of management.
Yes, correct.
And that's why we're taking, on the next resolution, Alderman Marticello was talking about, that's why we're taking it from personnel and putting it into management line. Resolution 173.
Yes.
Okay, any questions on either of those?
Who's going to move it? Who's water
I am.
treatment? There we go.
Resolution 2425-174, resolution awarding contract, water treatment plant chemical bid. It has Alderman Holliday's name on it, so he can move it.
Sure, yeah, it's just some status quo stuff, lowest bid on some of the chemicals that we needed. You wanna throw anything in there, sir?
We actually had 4 other suppliers just hold their prices, which then we are comfortable with extending for the contract that was executed last year with them. So, they held their prices, we're happy with that. And we've seen prices go up everywhere else, so, we only put 3 items out to bid, and these were the results.
Wonderful.
All good.
Chris, you read 173?
170 what?
Great. You read
Yes.
it?
Yes. So that's the budget transfer that Jimmy was.
It's my fault, I jumped ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Resolution 2425-175, resolution approving transfer of funds for grant writing, Alderwoman Collins.
So we're transferring for, demolition
Yes,
to the
so,
grant writer.
we received the grant to knock down 23 homes.
So this is,
This, we are gonna be using Nick Zabowski to do this. And we are gonna pay Nick Zabowski, out of city funds and not grant funds. We're gonna put the grants all towards demolition. So we are transferring this money to pay Nick to administer that grant.
so it's in relation to resolution 171.
It's in relation to,
Yes, same
Yes.
grant.
yes,
The seeker grant.
yes.
But I'm just confused about, so we're paying out of,
A demolition money.
which was, but the money was there for a grant writer as part of that federal grant?
The grant will pay for Nick.
Yeah,
But Nick showed us how by doing it this way, it's more efficient.
so we'll get reimbursed like the full 100,000 is?
Yes,
or the
we'll be able
$1,000,000?
to use the full amount of the grant to knock homes down.
Right, well, that's why I was confused about why the money's coming from the demo line to the grant writer line. That's just our,
Yes.
that's the city money is what you're
That's the-
talking about?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then the full award will then go pretty much back to the demolition.
That's correct.
Okay. And this is in addition to what we normally pay him, like, do we pay
Yes,
him
it
by the
is.
grant? Okay,
That way somebody will look into this.
Federal procurement process is slow things down. So
Yes.
This was a more expedient way of proceeding.
mhm. That's why we love Nick.
Okay. Resolution 2425-171, approving audit, Alderwoman Collins.
Nope, skip one.
Skip one. Okay, let's skip it.
Commissioner of Deeds for Lisa and Robin.
Oh, jeez. Right over my head.
We got a lot of those.
Resolution 2425-176, renewal of the Commissioner of Deeds for Lisa Luber and Robin Waldron. So that's me. I'll move it. So back to 2425-177, resolution approving audit, Alderman Collins.
Order's fine.
And we have resolution 2425-178 and resolution 2425-179, consent resolutions, reappointing me and Ronald Rako to our Commissioner of Deeds status, and Jimmy's gonna move that.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you. This is the first time I've ever read a resolution that had it in detail what a Commissioner of Deeds was. Commissioner of Deeds, by way of general background, relate to authentication of signatures for documents executed within the city of Amsterdam in the presence of the Commissioner of Deeds, similar to the function of the new republic. Yeah, it's very good. Thank you.
Very good job, Paul.
So Chris, you have
You did it, Eric?
179.
I did.
That's first time. Great.
I don't even know what you just said.
No, I said 178, 179.
Usually we apply
I
resolution
do, I
for
know.
the Commissioner of Deeds.
Yes.
Hey, you have no idea how many people ask me what Commissioner of Deeds is. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
They're a commissioner.
Notary.
They're not quite a notary.
No, they
No.
can rep
So as Jimmy just
part of.
informed me, we do not have a chairperson for community economic
Only
development.
within here.
And we would like Alderwoman Quista Mars to take on that responsibility.
Okay,
Are
thank you.
Everybody okay with that?
What responsibility? Which,
I don't know if we have it as an official committee in the charter either, but
Well,
we
I
can
just
make it up.
noticed that we don't have we're all over the place when it comes to, community economic development. Now that we're getting to a certain point, I think we should have a chairman for that, Mayor.
That's what I think they just, didn't
I
you
know,
just?
that's why
Oh, okay.
I
yeah, he was
suppose,
just bringing it up.
I didn't know who it was.
She got the rocket thing going.
Is that all right, Kelly?
Yeah, great.
Zach, give her the gavel.
You need to have one of those things again.
So would you like to, we have a couple of minutes before the meeting. Would you like to discuss your
Yes, the resolution
submission form?
worksheet, submission form type thing. Some of you have it asked,
Does anybody need one?
oh,
Yeah,
she's right here.
I need one.
Thank you very much.
So what I did, based on our discussion last week, and again, this is to make sure that the information is available to the public, to the community, to the annals of history, that we can know exactly, you know, a little bit more detail about what we did. Similar to like what Mr. Marcello was saying about, you know, explaining what the Commissioner of Deeds is, like that's very helpful to everybody. And a lot of times we are all in a world where we might know what these things mean, or SECRA, you know, seeker, we were just talking about that. And they are always written out, like the acronyms are usually written out in there, but it does just allow for people who may not be kind of in the know to know what's going on. So I took the old form that we had, and I deleted the all the stuff on committees, because that was just a lot and wasn't necessary. And then just wanted to pull up my old one. And then if I looked at the first, the line in the original piece was describe why this resolution is necessary, provide sufficient information to adequately inform the council to its purpose, and attach required documentation. So in the remix, as I called it, I pretty much just say like purpose, pulling my copy up too, your background, the circumstances that make this necessary, adding, you know, context of the situation if needed. And the answer can be like NA if it doesn't apply. The purpose, like it did say in that, and then the summary and specific provisions, that would be like for the contract part, which would come from Mr. Casali. But I think what we were seeing sometimes is Mr. Casali would provide the summary and the specific conditions, and I think the department heads would then say, okay, there's the resolution. But it might be incumbent on the department heads and us as members, sponsors of it, to then add the purpose and the details into that too, so that it becomes a more complete picture. And then the financial impact, which would come from the controller. However, you see fit to that you weren't at the last meeting. You know, the back of the form does have like all the little like fill-ins, like the Mad Libs for finance. But you could just be a memo that you
It's on your
send.
second page still. which you can-
Right, so that it has that still. Or it could just be a memo you send, or an email that says, you increase this line and decrease that line, and this looks good, or this is how I'd recommend financially pulling off whatever it is that people are looking to do. I also moved like the due date to the top too. So yeah, what I put in the front for the process is, you know, please utilize this form submitting a resolution request to the sponsoring member of the council and the clerk of the council, including any documentation from the corporation council or the controller if they're providing those portions. And then any supporting documents, which is things that a lot of people already do. You know, these are already things that people are doing. It's just kind of outlining the steps here. And then the draft of the resolution, which also a lot of times that's what we get too. And I see this as being like the worksheet that brings you over to the resolution. So the first whereas is the background, the second whereas is the purpose, the third whereas, and then the final is always the financial impact, if it is any. And, you know, I even noticed in this, you know, in the resolution this week, there was one where someone said like, this was already budgeted for in the previous budget or something like that line, like you had said, like having no financial impact is helpful in there. So, and then Stacy could provide those to us for the committee of the whole so that we could see the background. We could see what the sponsor is seeing as well. And then it has the deadline in there too, of course, for the clerk.
Do they turn in these to you or do they call you?
I usually just get an email with the resolution. So, and then I send them to Tony, and then he sends me back the resolution. Some of them are put together, some of them he needs to put together.
So who would have all these, Kelly, the department heads?
Yeah, that would be to help the department heads in there,
Then they would put it in our mailbox, like,
or email it to you, yeah. So if they were asking me to do a resolution for economic development, Dan would have put the details in there, and then usually the contract or the site plan or whatever it is, and, we would then include that as part of the committee of the whole, so we could all see it.
tell me the chain, where does it start with the department
The
head?
department heads,
Then
and
it
it would,
goes from there to,
the sponsor, and then also,
it would have to go to the controller.
well, the controller,
All
if
this,
she
right?
needed it, yep, and they usually like pull you in.
If
How does that
there's
usually
a,
happen? We didn't get a chance to talk to you about
if
that.
there's a financial component to it,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm usually,
So then they're gonna hand this to her, and then what are you gonna do with it? Put it back in the mailbox?
No, they would probably just shoot an email to her and ask for the
Well, let's say I
details.
don't do emails too good, I'd rather come in here, be on here every day. So, just so I follow the trail. Here's the department head, because I was talking about Rob with this today.
Mm-hmm,
So Rob would take this, fill it all out, and then it needs a transfer or something where money's coming from, and give it to you. And then where's it go from there?
back to him.
Back to Rob, okay, back to Rob, and then it goes, when does
Yeah,
it
and
go
if you
to
guys are
Tony?
ready to put it,
Then it goes to Tony?
then it would go to Stacy.
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 Yeah, the same way like a resolution would, are ready.
Well, we
We
go
would
with
do it,
Tony,
we do it now?
because Tony writes the
Yeah.
resolutions, not Stacy.
This form
No,
would go
well,
to
this would be
Stacy.
that the
Stacy
department
would
head
send
still
it to
writes that
Tony.
resolution as they were, but this is just maybe to assist in getting,
Okay, so they're basically,
it's a replacement of that other form that,
okay.
Same
But-
protocols, different
yeah,
information.
but Chief Agresta had some,
So the way that we do it now is, I would usually call whatever alder person was that was seeking the sponsor, whoever was the committee chair, explain it to them, and if they were okay with it, then when I had that drafted, I would send it to Stacy.
Mhm.
If it had something to do with the budget and that page 2 was filled out, I would send it to Stacy and Louise at the same time, so Louise could give Stacy the approval via email that, yes, these are okay for that transfer.
mhm.
And then Stacy takes it, and I believe she does anything that she needs to do with Tony.
Yeah, so I would send it to Tony. He would put the resolution together and then send it back to me.
So we never actually see the final resolution before the meeting or until she releases the agenda.
Well, again, but I think the purpose of this is to make sure that there's background and general idea.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah.
explaining the process
Yep.
of who we send it to.
Yeah, I don't think that it matters, the flow of the paperwork as much as it matters, all of the information ends up in her hands.
Coming together, yeah. And that we could look at it
Right.
during
In this
if
form.
we would have it, the committee, yeah, if that form is helpful, I mean, it's not meant to be like busy
Right.
work or extra work.
This
But-
form just gives you a template to use.
I would ask though, is that okay with the clerk and the controller that I send it to you at the same time and then just wait for the controller's approval on any budgetary transfer? And then, so you're seeing them at the same
Well,
time.
the part on, so let's say like you are buying a new fire truck and you have money came from whatever, Angelo Santa Barbara to buy the fire truck. And so when, in that resolution where you said like, whereas a grant from Angelo Santa Barbara was obtained for a fire truck, for the purchase of a fire truck, like who writes that? I think in the past, like Stephanie used to write that portion of it.
Not for
and-
his.
Right.
Well,
So-
I can tell you, police and fire, they really have their details and their documentation when they're doing it. So they basically are doing this, and they are assisting in writing the,
Where the whereases come from.
they're doing it.
We do not write the whereases.
You,
We provide all the information,
you're right,
but
you just.
we
do
provide all the information in a
Right.
paragraph up top of it, not that different from that form that you just. passed
Right.
So
It's
it's
pretty
like.
We answered all the questions up there, and then I don't know if it was the clerk or the corporation counsel.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how we were at the
Where
end
I-
of the other
Right.
meeting where it was like, well, yeah, you get, they would give, just thinking like, oh, maybe instead of that one solid paragraph, that's just like, from that old form, just break it out a little to make sure you have those pieces for the clerk to get it put together or to write the resolution. And then
Clerk doesn't
people
write
said
the
the clerk doesn't write the resolution. So then it's like, okay, then who's writing your resolutions?
Tony,
It goes right to Tony.
But you're writing all those whereases? I thought you weren't
Yes.
though.
For the most part, I am. I don't write the budget modification resolutions. Like,
No.
you have a few that are on the agenda today. The first time I lay eyes on those resolutions are when they hit the agenda. I never see them beforehand. Let me add that I really don't want to be preparing those ministerial type resolutions. That they don't involve the law, they're just moving money. There's nothing in the charter that provides that the city, that the corporation.
How about the grant writing one?
Okay.
Who wrote that?
That's a more complicated one.
I did.
You wrote, whereas the city was awarded $100,000 federal grant under HUD. So you wrote those whereases.
So you were the one with budget transfers as well.
Usually, yeah.
And that's a little bit more complicated of a budget transfer than the Sherman one, like for,
Right.
you know, there's a.
Which is why she's the perfect person to write it.
But, so how about the Secra one? The block grant, you were writing that one?
Oh, no.
The one, the city of Amsterdam has been awarded a grant?
A lot of these are already they're already written when they come in from the state. They come in like that form like that. You just got to fill the blank.
This one?
Yeah, it comes in like the Secor and things like that. They're gonna, it's just like a.
Right, because you didn't,
No, I
That one?
don't, again, that's
No,
another example.
some of these are already like, a lot of these bond resolutions are already written, they just kind of, that's why this is good, I have no problem with it, it's just that, if you're gonna follow it, I just don't wanna like fall in the clerk's lap, and next thing you know, she's gonna ask, Stephanie would do it because she was supposed to do it.
Right.
But she didn't. Okay.
Again, I think if you look at the form and you look at the resolution, the one that the fire chief was talking about, how he submits his, I think the two are compatible. I just think it's a almost like a checklist on your part, Stace, when you get something
Yes.
that isn't on this form,
Mhm.
that you say, do I have this, and this, with what you've got, and give it to Tony.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's
The seeker, just to give an example,
Yeah.
the seeker resolution that's on the agenda today, that was presented to me for review. I reviewed it and said, this looks adequate. Proceed.
but who wrote it?
They came from Nick.
Okay, so Nick wrote it in that
Yes.
case. Yeah, so that's the whole thing is like, who's actually writing these? And yeah, and I'm sure that comes, and the ones like come from him.
I know some of the, like when we're getting money from the state
Yeah.
has their own format
Sure.
and they just
That's what
copy it
Jimmy was
onto
saying.
Yeah,
our.
yeah.
Community and economic development, the same thing.
Yeah.
Probably
They bring us
similar
a-
to that.
You have to pass this resolution in order to get this grant.
Right.
Mhm.
Bonding is the same way.
Yeah,
Bonding is,
The bond council
Right.
prepares all of those for us.
so yeah, I
So
think it
Anthony,
would just,
how do you feel about
But
that?
for the other things
I have
that
no
are,
problem with the form. I have no objection or issues with this. I have no issues with it.
Do we adopt it on a resolution or do we adopt it on as a?
I think you
council?
should try it and not adopt it for anything and just make sure you got the bells and whistles figured out and then adopt it. But
Yeah.
give it a shot, give it a test run.
yeah, I think it's just an policy, like an inter-office policy type thing. And just see if it,
From the two guys are,
It's creating
How do you
problems
guys
for the
feel
clerk,
about it?
she can let us know. If it's creating problems for anybody that department
It's
heads,
not
she can let us know.
that much different than the forms that I've been using all along.
Right.
I didn't think it looked that much different.
No, as far as the budget transfers, it's almost exactly the same. The first page, you just broke out the questions a little bit more. But
yeah,
like I said, we're talking about a lot of different ones of, sometimes you get money from the state and you just put a little blurb in there because that's not a budget transfer.
Mm.
I mean, each case is different and we just kind of figure it out with, I provide the information, somebody turns it into whereas language.
And that's when I sent you the email, Kelly, and I gave it to Rick. He
mhm.
basically sent it back to me, so it was like the old one.
Yeah, it just might just pull it out a little more.
Yeah.
But in those cases where maybe, yeah, I hope that what it'll help prevent, and it's being rare, it's a rare case where we don't have enough information in there, but it might just help pull out some more of the information out.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if we're gonna do a
I'd
test
appreciate
run,
it if we
who's
do a test
responsible to
run.
get it to the department heads?
The boss, the department head boss. But I mean, I could put together a little thing to send to the mayor to ask. that
Yeah,
the-
right now they've got a form, you've modified it.
Yeah, we've just
Let's try
modified the
this new
form.
form, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Well, I think it's important to have something of this nature because your department heads may change. You have new people
I do
come in.
too. I know, I like it.
And for them to look at this and go, oh, okay, I need to do this thing,
Yes.
because they don't know how to do it.
Right.
Or even.
Right, and even on a
councilperson
consent
that's new.
resolution, a lot of times we rush it.
Sure.
And in this, using a form like this, make sure
Right.
that we're telling the story that the council wants to hear
Right.
with a consent resolution. That's very important, you know, and I think, you know, it's good discipline.
Yeah, that's
So
all it
it's,
is.
agreed?
All right.
Go.
Yeah.
I would say
Appreciate
one
that.
last piece, and I don't know if it would actually be for Marvin or someone else, maybe even Michelle Jackson, but, if we could get that form fillable,
Fill a little PDF, yeah. I could talk to Marvin about that, yeah.
because the way it is now on the budget ones, the lines that are there, what that, all that means is there's a lot of erasing and moving things over. And
Don't you love that? Yeah.
We had a couple minutes. You got anything you want to talk about, Mike?
We got a couple minutes. We have, everybody knows the golf course clubhouse has started, under construction. Equipment moved into the Chalmers property today to begin construction of the boardwalk, boarding house, I was gonna say. We're not building a boarding, but we are building a boardwalk. So those are two big developments. Happy to see it go. Great turnout for the
Huge.
St. Patty's Day Fest, Walk Fest, Pump Fest. Outstanding participation there. Thank you to all of the people who participated in that, all the businesses, especially marketing and rep, tourism, marketing and rec, because they did a fantastic job as usual. But a lot of people, a lot of business was done. I know the businesses were very, very happy, and we thank them.
A lot of those businesses, I had to wait in line forever just to
There
get
you
in.
go.
I mean,
There
from
you
the
go.
front of Tuman's to the bridge, there was a line,
There you go.
which was great to see.
Wow.
It's a good problem to have.
Right, there you go. But
I went
that's
to the
really
Nook
all.
and spent all my drinking money on jewelry.
I was gonna talk about busy. We're busy, very busy. We've got a lot of things going on in the budget. We're proceeding with the process of the budget. We'll be done at the end of this week, I believe, Louise, with all of our department head interviews. We're meeting with each of them twice, most of them twice. The first meeting was to discuss what was changing dramatically between this year and last year, or next year, why there were variances from, budget to actual. For the first meeting, and then the second meeting, I'm asking them to have all their numbers in line, and they're doing a great job with that. We've asked them to, maintain their increases within a certain margin. They're doing a great job with that. So far, so good. So we hope at the end of this week to have all the numbers we need to create the mayor's proposed budget.
Great.
Super, okay?
At the end of the meeting, I need a quick executive
Exactly.
session to discuss pending litigation, please. No action taken afterwards.
Okay, so if we please stand for the pledge. All in the order. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Here.
Alderman Holliday.
Present.
Alderwoman Collins. Alderman Marticello.
Here,
Alderman Carpenter.
Here. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt the agenda with 8 resolutions and 2 consent resolutions.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
aye,
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye. You have that backwards a little bit.
I did, right after I started it.
Okay, we have.
I just went with it.
We have no proclamations or communications and presentations. Is there anyone from the public who would like to speak at this time? If you would. Anybody saying something? Okay. Then we'll move the engineering report. We've got printed out for you. Zach, are you gonna give us the engineering report?
Yeah,
Very good.
I'll run through it. The streetlight project is still moving forward. Still looking at a mid-April completion on that. We have a list of LED fixtures that are out that we are relaying to the contractor as we get them. I know there's a few areas that have quite a few lights out that are the old lights still, that they just haven't gotten to yet. I'm told that they're prioritizing those. We'll find out in the next meeting.
When is the next meeting, Zach?
Tomorrow morning at 10,
Okay, very good, thank you.
I believe.
And you'll be there?
Alyssa or myself will be there. Yes.
Very good.
Let's see. We are still working with Community and Economic Development on developing a list of the houses for the lead service line replacement grant that we received. With all of the stipulations, there's quite a few boxes to check before properties are eligible. As the mayor said, the golf course clubhouse is underway. The substructure work is going very quickly, and we're happy with it so far. We also have work starting over on the south side as well. And with the clubhouse, we just ordered some project signage with some nice renderings of what the building's gonna look at, and all of the contractors and engineering firms that also worked on it, just so everyone can kind of look at the project and see what it's gonna be. And hopefully limit the number of people that walk in to talk to the people that are working. Obviously, that's a big
Good luck.
safety concern. We are still working on getting the pressure reducing valve on Henrietta installed and set up with Ross Valve. The filter project up at the water plant is just shy of 1/3 done. We're a week out on finishing the first of the 3 filters, which we're very happy to see. It's been a long time coming. And then the waste tank pump replacement, the preliminary stuff is going in, electrical, some of the plumbing appurtenances that can go in prior to the pump showing up are moving forward. West Side Pump Station, we finally have our 2 big pumps back. They're operating as expected and hoped for, so we're good to go there. Fingers crossed, it's the last time we have to do that in 10 more years. And then to round it out, we have provided a draft list of streets for this year's paving program. This is just kind of created from the ones that we were on hold in Ward 5 with the gas projects going on. And then also ones that we didn't get to last year that everyone asked us for. We asked that any new additions that you guys would like to see come forward shortly so we can get
Do
this
you
up to.
want me to email you that, or did you write them down?
I wrote them down.
Okay.
Yeah, either email or when you see Mike or myself, just let us know. We can make note of what ones you guys want. And, yeah.
Can you tell me what's happening on Guy Park now, closer to the hospital?
Between
It's
Stedwell
Gas,
That's gas.
gas.
yeah, National Grid is doing new gas main out there.
Are they gonna, how far down Guy Park are they going?
Ann Street.
Up to Ann?
Up to Ann, and then they're going up Genevieve and halfway down Stewart. Halfway, forget that little side street there.
That's
go-
Stewart.
Elmwood?
Elmwood, yeah.
Elmwood.
So they're gonna stop this phase at Elmwood, and then later on in the construction season, go Elmwood to Henrietta on Stewart as well.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And like that Guy Park Avenue at the top of this list, that was added, correct? That wasn't on last year's?
Yes, yep, that was the section that we've been discussing.
Okay, very good. Any questions for Zach? Zach, thanks very much for filling in tonight, appreciate it.
Cool.
Okay, next up on the agenda is the controllers report. We don't have any?
I didn't actually prepare a controller's report today just because of all the extra time that the budget is taking up, but I did send everyone a detailed budget report last week, which is much more detailed than what I usually provide, so you should be good. But if you have any questions, you're certainly welcome to ask them.
What about our independent auditors report?
That we are wrapping up.
Okay.
Yes, that should be getting shared very, very soon, like within, just preparing their corrective action plan, which is our response, and then they're gonna compile everything, and then they should be sharing it.
Okay.
How's Mr. Lewis?
Great, it's working out. It's exceeded my expectations.
Good.
Very well. A tremendous asset to the city.
Any other questions for the controller? Okay. Then as no old business, we can get into the new business, which would be the resolution station.
Resolution 2425-170, resolution adopting common council and public hearing minutes from last common council meeting by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved.
I meant to point this out at the beginning, in the cow. It just says resolve the minutes of the common council meeting, period.
Oh.
Do we usually have more? Don't we usually have something else in there?
I'm
I thought it was
sorry.
a typo.
Okay.
It should say.
Now therefore, be
Oh.
further resolved?
So are hereby adopted, at the end of the,
So there's no
Yeah, but
public
it's more than
hearing minutes
that,
on
because you're resolving to adopt the minutes from tonight's meeting.
also true. Alright, so we just have to add, so,
So we need to take it amendment.
yeah, we'll need to make an amendment to change the date to March, what was that? 11th,
14 days of March 4th.
4th.
4th, 2025, comma, and it says are hereby adopted.
Mhm.
So I think it just got deleted. So I'll make that motion to amend, is that okay, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Roll call on the amendment.
Mhm.
Everybody
So-
understand what the amendment is, correct? Okay, I'm sorry, Stacy. go ahead.
Nope. Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Thank you. As amended, on the amendment, on the amended resolution.
On the amended resolution. Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins. Resolution 2425-171, Resolution Seeker State Environmental Quality Review Act, Unlisted Action by Alderwoman Collins. Whereas the City of Amsterdam has been awarded a grant from the New York State Office of Community Renewal for a community development block grant in the amount of $1 million to undertake demolition of 23 properties in the Market Hill and East End neighborhoods.
Okay, so you go down to, now therefore.
Now therefore be it further resolved that the City of Amsterdam declares the proposed project, the demolition of 23 houses in the Market Hill and East End, to be an unlisted action pursuant to seeker.
So move. Any questions?
I just want to point out, I wasn't here for the cow discussion on this. I do want to thank everyone who was involved in making this grant, getting an application for this grant into the state and getting it approved. Nick Sabaski led the way, but our staff, fire chief, our codes department, I'm Michelle Jackson, they worked hours on getting all the information put together on this. And I just want to say thank you to all of them for the work they did, because, you know, this is a real win for our city.
That's great.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-172, resolution appointing chief water treatment plant operator Brett Sherman by Mayor Sinquani.
So moved. Any questions?
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
There's a clip, yeah.
blinding me.
Resolution 2425-173, resolution budget transfer by Alderman Carpenter. Whereas the Common Council previously approved the appointment of Brett Sherman as Chief Water Treatment Plant Operator pursuant to City Charger C-15. Whereas this appointment requires a budget transfer to fund the respective salary line items. Now therefore be it resolved that the following budget transfers be made to allocate the necessary funds. Increase expense management, $24,000. Decrease expense personnel services, $24,000. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-174, resolution awarding contract water treatment plant chemical bids by Alderman Holliday.
Stacy, you just read the first two whereas clauses, please.
Whereas chemical bids for the water treatment plant were opened on September 4th, 2024 for a contract period of April 1st, 2025 to March 31st, 2026, the lowest responsive bidders are as tabulated below. Item 1,
You could just
sulfuric.
say the next whereas.
Oh,
if you want.
sure.
Yes.
And whereas the city's water treatment plant is required to use these chemicals to maintain compliance with New York State Department of Health guidelines.
Okay, so moved. Any questions? Okay, let's call the roll.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-175, resolution approving transfer of funds for grant writing by Alderwoman Collins.
So you go down to the now therefore.
Now therefore be it resolved that the controller is authorized to amend the 2024-25 fiscal year budget as follows. Increase expense grant writer $30,000, decrease expense demolition of buildings $30,000.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-176, resolution appointing commissioners of deeds Lisa Luber and Robin Waldron by Alderman Carpenter. Whereas the renewal of commissioners of deeds for Lisa Luber, 61 Church Street, Amsterdam, New York, and Robin Waldron, 61 Church Street, Amsterdam, New York, are required pursuant to Executive Law, Section 139, the terms of which are for a 2-year period. And whereas commissioners of deeds, by the way of general background, relate to the authentication of signatures for documents executed within the city of Amsterdam in the presence of the Commissioner of Deeds, similar to the function of a notary public. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that Commissioner of Deed appointment are hereby made for Lisa Luber, 61 Church Street, Amsterdam, New York, and Robin Waldron, 61 Church Street, Amsterdam, New York.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-177, resolution approving audit by Alderwoman Collins.
So moved. Discussion? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-178, consent. Resolution appointing commissioners of deeds Ronald Rako by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-179, consent. Resolution appointing commissioners of deeds, excuse me, Christopher Carpenter by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Discussion?
Alderman Carpenter, you need to recuse
I know.
on this.
Thank you.
Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Abstaining.
That's it. That's it.
We need a motion.
I would ask for a motion, go into executive session, pursuant to Public Officers Law, Section 105, Sub 1, Sub D, to discuss pending litigation, please.
Make a motion to go into executive session?
This can be law enforcement?
Nope.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Just need the council and the mayor, really.
Okay.